With us now is the former executive director of the New York State Democratic Party and Democratic strategist Basil Smikle, former national deputy director of African American outreach for President Obama, and Democratic strategist Elena Beverly, and MSNBC analyst and the Washington bureau chief at Mother Jones, David Corn. Thanks to all of you for joining us. Let me, if I can, Basil, start with you and pick up on that point that we were talking about in Pennsylvania there, because I think when this is all said and done, there's going to be this moment of reckoning, if you will, in this country, and having a conversation about the Democratic Party, its messaging to a diversity or a diverse group of voters, but also what we were just discussing, that there was a large turnout for President Trump, despite everything that we have seen play out in this country, despite Trumpism, despite COVID, despite the economic fallout. He was still able to mobilize his base, and that certainly speaks to a moment, an inflection moment in this country.
Well, I agree. It certainly does. And when we talk to a lot of voters, there's a genuine happiness that Joe Biden, who predicated his campaign on bringing out a lot of those same types of voters that voted for Trump but may be dissatisfied with his leadership, by going after voters that may have been leaving the Democratic Party over the last 10 to 20 years. He was able to do that. But what is also concerning is that Donald Trump is still getting a lot of votes, right? And what that says, and I teach at 2 universities, and all of my students, even with Biden's leads, are still rather melancholy because they still think about all of those people that voted for Donald Trump. And what I've been saying is that what his voters are able to do, and this kind of goes to Ali's point as well, is that in this era of anti-intellectualism, right, which has existed in other times in our country, those voters have found a way to sort of compartmentalize their vote. They're focused on the agenda and not the man. So if the judges that they wanted are in office, if their 401k plans are doing well, they're still going to go out and vote for him. Racism, sexism, misogyny, xenophobia are not deal breakers in this instance, because they found a way to compartmentalize that. And there are a lot of people who may be happy that Joe Biden could pull this thing out. They're still very nervous about where the country is, and considering that he's still got with 67, maybe 70 million votes when this thing is said and done.
Yeah, he's gained more votes than he had in 2016. Elena, Trumpism not rebuked as many Democrats had hoped it would be.